到吗？我在第一排，OK，你要到第一排的中间那个位置，已经很满了。那你进来就到第一排，中间的位置，中间的位置。这样的。
Today to everyone, and today is a very auspicious day for all of us, because it's the day of Buddha's descent from the heaven of 33rd, and as well as it's a very special day, auspicious day, and because we are also going to you're also receiving the empowerment of Milarepa, and also we talk about Milarepa as well. So this moment or this day is auspicious and special for all of us, and we all are because of this auspiciousness, we all are gathered in this time in this hall. So it's very auspicious too. So I would like to say Tachi Dele and good morning to all of you. Why is this is auspicious day? Because it's not something that we already planned before in order to convene, in order to gather together for this empowerment this day. But it's we have planned this in terms of traveling, and then we also plan to have this empowerment and teaching on this particular day. And this particular day is also coincident with this auspicious day of Buddha's descent from the heaven of the third. That is which about the Sunday the angel of Shabbat the by
그 때가 나는 그 교화가래 제도가 임하는 이 교화가 되는다. 교화가 쏜난다. 교화가 생각되다 보니까 참 요다 배우 멍보 되게 그거가 되게 그냥 누가 제가 거기에 되는다는 그때라고.
And also the auspiciousness of the day is also represents the engaging in accumulation of merits and positive deeds. Because when we do this in these auspicious days, especially like the day of the Buddha's descent from the heaven, and your positivity or your positive deeds will increase and it will multiply if you engage in the positive deeds. So that's why it's auspicious in other as well.
그래서 산지 마음껏 총네 되는다고 하시기 전에 그룹에 명 말한 바가 공부 용게 그것이 정말에 있는 것이 뭐가 찔라 근데 공기와대 숨도 떠서 느껴요. 근데 전에 산지 산지에 타고 요가 다 공부 마케팅 마술인데 근데 요마 근데 산지에 타고 요가 근데 산지에 숨도 떠서 하여가 좀 좋게 됐네. 근데 공부 말을 추송 어떤 때는 마페용 받을 다대지랑 아마도 진행 서버대양 구체만 봐봐 구체 지리적인 분들의
And also, it's not only the occasion or special day or auspicious day of Buddha descending from the heaven, but also it's a day that the Buddha, when he was born, after a few months, his mother, the Maya Devi, was passed away. And she was reborn in the 33rd heaven of 33rd. And in order to repair the kindness of his mother, he magically or miraculously went to the heaven of 33rd, and in order to repair the kindness of his mother, and so therefore, and he reached or arrived in the 33rd heaven of 33rd, where he met his mother and he taught many teachings. So in order to repair the kindness of his mother, so that's another sacred and auspicious day as well.
그래 무슨 단번 남탈 지족해 버냐니 숨말에 대선도 양 산지에 끝남탈라 맞네 야 나는 소비티 내가 양의 거 같은 거래 하고 있으면 산지에 산 예스나 양 이렇게 마이 지내서 봐다 마이 까딘 피티라 숨져서 일단 추선 봐요 보다 이공 그때 되라 다만 처음에 두 마냥 봐라 아니 그거 마냥데 내 숨바인데 공부 지내 수거든 나 얘나 지내데 좀 막공기 마케팅인데 무지 추고는 지내 자제 근데 저도 말아래 봤더니 지내 추진자와 이 숨바데 근데 다만 저야 아니 추라 로비안 추라 아니 근데 개와야고 개와도 더papam 근데 추냐냐고 세바에 봐요 또 파마에나데 대마인 바다 나서 생지 참 가데 마케바 생지 째고 말이 근데 다다 진행양 이 수로예스 근데 무슨 말을 해봐 진행 취지 세바인 나서 취하고 그냥이 세대바인 파마에나데 생지 옛날에 너는 말하는 그 전체와 가den체와 다 진행의 취 수로예서 이제 손들 때 산지가 나타 다 되는 주진 체크하고 봐 소재는 나와도 지금 대자자 선한 자체모터 사업을 말해 소재는 양 산재 끝난다 때 뒤에 근데 양 나온 소리 뒤에 랍자 때 뒤에 나온 소 추드네 근데 나온 소 뒤다 파마에나데 대마이 바다 가데지 수이나이 이게 된다 되는 사업 어떤 되는 강그 사업을 추 추드바이 마이나 된데 수노여베 스킨데 software is something somewhere.
So when we think about the repaying the kindness of your parents, your mother, then we have to think about the biographies of great masters and realized masters in the past. So we have to follow the directions or follow the guidance of what is being written in these biographies of the great masters of the past, and then we have to put that teachings into practice. That's one main point here. And also, Judge Milarepa said that in order to repair the kindness, you have to repair the kindness through practicing the Dharma. So if you practice Dharma well, if you practice properly and correctly, then you can repair the kindness of your parents, you repair the kindness of all the sentient beings as well. So therefore, Judge Milarepa said that you have to repair the kindness of sentient beings, because all are motherly sentient beings, right? So if you repair your parents or mother's kindness, then you have to practice, you have to meditate, or you have to practice the Dharma. To practice the Dharma that can repair the kindness of your parents. And so therefore, this auspicious day, if you engage in the positive and wholesome deeds, then you will have positive results. And if you engage in negatives, you will have negative results as well. So we have to learn, we have to read and understand from the realization, from the biographies and stories, life stories of the great masters of the past, and then we have to take the advantage, we have to take the instructions from those treatises. And through that we practice, and then through that we can repair the kindness. And not only our parents, but also in terms of the world or beyond this world, or in terms of worldly or dharma. So all of the sentient beings are very kind to us, very grateful for us. So all the sentient beings are kindful to us. They're grateful to us because all the phenomenal existence are interdependent to each other. So because if, for example, if I give an example of a coffee that you're having, for example, so the coffee you're having is because of someone else. It depends on someone else. They put so much effort, so much exertion in order to make this coffee for you, so that you can have it, right? So similarly, all the happiness, or that whatever how you live your life, your livelihood, it all depends on others. So therefore, the sentient beings are kindful to us. And in order to practice the perfect Dharma or sacred Dharma, the kindness of the sentient beings and the Buddha are same. That is what it is said. The kindness of the sentient beings and the kindness of the Buddha himself is same. So the kindness of the Buddha himself and the sentient beings are equal, because the Buddha taught the teachings, right? And all the Buddhas, not only Buddha, but Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the three jewels, their kindness to us. And Buddha taught the teachings, and then the spiritual friends or spiritual teacher gurus, they have taught the teachings for us, and we all have the gurus and spiritual teachers. And therefore, the three jewels are the kindness, very kindful to, for us. And also, if we want to practice Dharma, we have to depend on other sentient beings. For example, if you want to engage in the six perfections, or whatever you are practicing, the perfection of wisdom and perfection of generosity, you have to rely on depend on other sentient beings. Therefore, sentient beings, the kindness of sentient beings and the Buddha are equal. And so in order to attain enlightenment or the liberation or the free Buddhahood, the state of Buddhahood, you have to practice all this perfection of wisdom and six perfections. So that depends on others. And therefore, the kindness is equal. And also in the mind training treatises, Lojong, it is said that you have to meditate, you have to contemplate all this, that all the sentient beings, all of them are kindful and kindful to you and thankful to you. So therefore, whether it's your parents or it's all sentient beings, all of them are same in terms of in terms of your thinking about the kindness of sentient beings and the kindness of your parents or your friends. And not only that, but also someone who is not related to you, who is far from you, or maybe you can say someone who is your enemy. So your enemies are also kindful for us. For example, if you want to, as a Dharma practitioner, it's kind for all of us, even the enemies. For example, if you want to practice one of the six perfections, which is the patience, right? Endurance, patience, or forbearance. So if you want to practice that, then you have to, first, there should be someone who, for example, if someone is making angry, or if someone is something poking you or something like that, they need to be an object from which you can practice patience, right? So therefore, the enemy is also one of the kindful person or kindful sentient beings that you can practice patience. And then whether, for example, poor people, poor destitute people, and poor people, if you want to help them, you can give them, or you can practice generosity through that way, like poor people and sick people and so forth. And then also, if you want to practice compassion or you want to practice loving kindness, they should be object of compassion. They should be object of loving kindness. If there's no object, then you can't meditate on compassion. So sentient beings are kindful. Therefore, sentient beings are very kindful to us. And then, so all these sentient beings are a kind of companion for us to traverse on the path to enlightenment. They are, we can say, they are the field of merit through which you can accumulate merit and positive actions, merit and positivities and positive forces. So therefore, they are called the field of merit. So therefore, I'm talking about all this kindness. The Buddha's repaying kindness of his mother, and we have to think about repay your kindness, your parents' kindness, or all sentient kindness in this auspicious day. So I just talked about a little bit about this kindness, how you repair it and how you practice it.
그때는 이제 아버지가 성, 근데 대초를 모치바트 소피가 아버지가 간주성 지고성을 나온도 다 근데 지고성을 내자야 돼. 다 바로 성자들 그냥 농바들 사와 배천고 근데 세진 근데는 근데 내가 레서트 솔라이 배 장다 그때 내가 미죠 근데 그 까말 체대 거기 연다고 되지 사와이나 사와 집주식 지신 근데 신나간 모장 자원을 매 봤으는 거 되는 거죠. 얘나 다 그래서 때 사티지 시작된다고 당 로관도 때 근데 삼바 빼지고 근데 솔레도 나 빼지고서 근데 근데 소제는 그래서 로관 충분하게 그려야 돼. 얘는 문에 상어제 야만도 이제 껴봐 있나? 다 그래서 나 그래서 가데 제와래죠. 그래서 말 가데 제와 되는데 그래서 때는 그렇게 주긴 나무당 때서 로관도 당 선바에서 빼마 선바도 선바 지본도 이제 되는데 진짜 배 내오지 다 저기 창창의 손대본다고 기본 단계로 많이 받기 지금 되는 어찌 내가 여고 진로성 there's been also so been chicken chimo in samaro in this logi and so so denshi basaya so in the sanjo the sun going be chimo
And recently, I traveled to Africa, and when I came back, I returned. When I came back, and some people asked me about how was your trip to Africa? Have you had any fun? Did you enjoy or something like that? So I have to answer. Yeah, I had fun and I enjoyed because as a matter of fact, the Africa is. I have seen a lot of problems, and the weather is very hot. Is I think 41 to 42 temperature over there, and then all the health wise very weak. They don't have any health, and they don't have very good food to eat. And all these are the problems and troubles they have been facing from a long time. So therefore. But the main point here is I help a little bit for them, but I'm thinking in a way that they are kindful for me in order to practice compassion and loving kindness. So they are more kindful for me than I am kindful for them, right? Therefore, this is what I experienced when I traveled to Africa. So. If you help even a little bit from your core of your mind, having a altruistic intention and pure mind, then that is what we call how to recognize, how to understand the kindness. And then understanding the kindness, then you can develop and cultivate the altruistic intention, which is the bodhicitta or the mind of enlightenment. So through that way, you can cultivate the bodhicitta or the awakening mind.
그 로정도는 책임이 대장성대 남기 책임이 로도종 그래서 sommer다는 백행도예요. 그거는 가장 제대로 본 지나가 이제 참 말을 듣기 전에 sommer다. 레린 관계랑다 sommer chung da ni ba so na so me tin de do ta me yin le pe pe le da ya me yin le kong ko ye chung zu ya de na so so de o ga ran yi da o de do lo jong nya ni tam de de ni ma yin ba le ni sam ge ram da chung da ni ba tam de sa wa ram na son zo mo zo ko de na ga da ze da danze chimbo tang, maja chimbo tang, ini nyung ba tili la tinga tinga, kongpo che tang, ta tini la tinga chung mongpo soso ku yiri songi yari, ten mo shibo kuri, chung mal ma zo isi, rana zo go isi, lenin tam che rana da isi, kuna ka tinga chebar gong isi, ta tsini ko te, namji, tesi lobyong ka tinga samu tam to ba yina, ini chuki chame yang, lobyong ka nyang ni leila, tini na so tinga matse la yang ni, te san kwe yang bo yang, 이렇게 선 또더 된 거 이런 거 뭔가 쓸지고 있는 제가 했던 거예요.
And I think there is a true line from the 7.120 text. So there are two lines. So you can, if you can understand the meaning of this, and if you recite it or maybe memorize it, it would be very beneficial for you, because it says that the first is you have to think all of the sentient beings are very kindful to you, and do not kind of find faults and defects in others, but you have to think about all the finds and defects are from yourself. The root of all the faults and defects are coming from yourself, because of your self-cherishing, self-centeredness, because of your ignorance, because of your addictive emotions and thoughts. So if you meditate or think about that, that will be very helpful in your life, in your practice, as well as in order to become a happy life. These two lines are one of my favorites lines from the Mon training text. For example, another example I can give you, one of my favorites too, is from the guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life, Bodhicharya Avatar, and there Shantideva said that so if there's something that you can fix, or you can repair, or you can if something that you can fix, then no need to worry about that. So that you can fix it, right? And then if there's nothing that you can fix, then even if you worry about it, there is no use. So that's sometimes when we think about it, it really helps in your life and in your practice. These are some kind of elaborations from before we begin the empowerment. Now we're going to do the empowerment. So there are some kind of stages of preliminary practice or preliminary activities before the empowerment. We have done with the preliminary practice. And also there are some several obstacles or interruptions to receive the empowerment. So we will talk about that. First is the kind of a sprinkling water stage or a kind of water offering. This one is in terms of just in order to purify your negativities, your obscurations within your body. Because if you have that impurities in your mind before receiving empowerment or abhisheka, then you will not receive the empowerment. So therefore, the first thing is to purify your negativities and obscurations. So first, when I sprinkle the water, that's for the two. So you have to visualize yourself. You have to imagine yourself that by reciting the 100-syllable mantra, then you have to visualize yourself that you have purified all your obscurations and negativities. So this will be done with this mirror. You cannot do, sprinkle water to every one of you, each one of you. So you have to look at the mirror, and then you will just the reflection of yourself will be in the mirror. So you have to visualize when I sprinkle the water on the mirror, then you think that it purifies your own obscurations and negativities. The second one is offering dharma or the balinga, right, in Sanskrit. So this one is offered to the elemental forces, to the negative forces, like its spirits and evil spirits and so forth, in order to dispel the obstacles when you are receiving the empowerment. And one of the important thing is if you have a distorted intention, distorted motivation when you're receiving empowerment, then that's the one obstacles. Therefore, you have to correct your motivation. You have to correct your intention. And to correct your motivation or intention is not only in this context when we confer empowerment, but also it's important in all the activities and all the actions that you engage in. All the positive actions that you engage in, you have to have pure motivation, not faulty or distorted motivation. So because sometimes it seems like when you are doing something, it appears to us that you're doing or engaging in positive deeds, but actually it's not positive deeds because you don't have that pure intention and pure motivation. Therefore, pure intention, especially in Mahayana practice, one of the main practices is to correct your motivation before you do anything, before engaging in any activities. So therefore, pure motivation is important. For example, if you're meditating or if you're reciting ritual texts, or if you're practicing generosity or giving money or whatever to others, you're practicing it appears to us that you're practicing or you're engaging in some positive deeds. But in reality, if you do this with attachment, desire, passion, and pride and all those addictive emotions, if you do this with other negative emotions, then that will not be a pure virtuous deeds. That will become non-virtuous deeds. So also in the words of my perfect teacher, by Rinpoche, also said that you have to first, before you are receiving any teachings or empowerments, you have to check yourself. You have to analyze or investigate yourself first, and then you have to engage in further teachings. So it's not like you cannot engage in teachings or receive empowerments like putting a food in front of a dog. The dog would eat it without any doubt, without any thinking. Not like that, but we have to examine yourself, examine your motivations, and with having a pure and perfect motivation, then we have to engage in positivities, and we will receive the empowerment. So today's motivation would be the same as in having a pure motivation. So you have to think like the space, the sentient beings like space. In order to help them, in order to benefit them, I will put all the efforts to attain enlightenment. So for the welfare of all sentient beings. Through that way, I am going to receive empowerment, which is the empowerment of the Milarepa. And then I will receive the empowerment of Milarepa and benefit the beings like space.
Lama dojen chebana lam tamjeje Rinpoche vayin de ho namjeje wanso maliba tanje lam zamun pratina dobo kombam tombo de la de cheba shadayin la tatene yuwan de ten Milarepa ladu koban de is.
So today's empowerment is on the Milarepa's empowerment on the Guru Sadhana.
lama gevisi se ate ta ma so chu tambu drug yom de ne ta lama gevisi ne tin ni chu drug de.
And then teachers or gurus here means when we start to practice Dharma, you have to rely on a spiritual friend or spiritual teacher. So therefore, here it comes to the Guru Sadhana.
Ta bo lo mo che kan ne kan da o che la ta chu drug ban da ba ka lo che che yom mai mai na. Ta le ka ni ba te kan ne bo zo bo de na ta gevisi ni ta so.
And the Jigambupa said that if you have an intention or you have a mind of practicing Dharma, that you generate a mind of practice of Dharma, practicing Dharma today, then you have to start to find authentic spiritual teacher in the next time, in the next step or next day.
Sanji tumba sanji dauti bali ta ma tumba ma so gevisi ni ba de.
And for example, the Buddha himself is our teacher, our spiritual teacher.
And
the teachings or the pronouncement or all the teachings that the Buddha taught are also our spiritual friend or teacher. And the Buddha's teachings or the pronouncement or the teachings are also our spiritual teacher, right, Guru? Because when Buddha was passing away in the Kushinagar, at that time, one of his main attendants was Anand, Bungao Anand. So Anand requested Buddha what would be like our life in the future, or what as a disciple, what would we do in the future? And the Buddha said that no, do not worry about that, because I have taught many teachings, and you all have these treatises and all the text and my teachings. So those are spiritual teacher for all of you. So you can practice. And especially in the Vajrayana tradition, for example, if you practice Mahamudra, the great seal, the teacher or the guru is utmost important, because we have to rely on teacher, and we have to get receive the blessing and inspiration, and also the realization of the guru within us. So therefore, it is called the profound path in the Vajrayana tradition. So this empowerment of Milarepa is one of the profound paths that I will be conferring.
Pinjin Narobea Davidan, Mata Davata, Hajin, Sabata, Tamba Sandia Soditan, 2 meters to Totan Hawe, Son Zambalana, Yonzo Traja, Kabuto, Kimbu, Dava, the bottom, the Chubatan, Shan, Kuman, Tubatan, Kubu, Jola, the bottom, the Kiva, Dunjutan, Song the Madu, Sida. Chiran and Jikan, Misho, out of them so on the body in the mind, and the Baton Zara in the so I said, one pocket so. Jimba Jimba do Jikane, younger Zara. Just in Milarepa with the Yena. Could say Tekla, number of some years in Baki. To meet Yonga in Timothy Charlie.
And as Milarepa, the great yogi of Tibet, who is known as a great yogi who attained enlightenment in one lifetime.
Milarepa could not tackle some of our environment. Also, shoot to get us on the end of jet to let the challenge the common.
And for example, the biography of Milarepa, if you read it, then it is something that really inspires you, that will give you, that will empower you, that will give you encouragement to practice Dharma. So as a Dharma practitioner, the biography of Milarepa is very beneficial.
Condo the Mayinata, Tambo Susio. Madame Mobo said Shabaki, Mud the watch it. Then sister the one in Jabati, and then Lama gave him a program about things. And then Damala, Gabjet the Tunis, Yanda Lang, Susio, Tamabati, they are mud the watch it. And then number two, Soyan Lama Yanta Bati, Dama Soyan the Kawajan, Yansa the bother Jabatas of Tan, Tima Uberson, sit ever on the Sunday. Happens on the religion by the Ansoyan, Lama Yanta about the thing, and it is Dama, the tutor of Yanta about Yansa Lama Bayana. And it called the king and that, not so in a young Miss Sanjay Jacob talked about it, but yet to Milarepa, now that can
So Jesu Milarepa was also an ordinary man or ordinary person before he attained enlightenment in one body, in one life. So he was an ordinary person and who engaged or who have committed many evil deeds like killing many people and horses and so forth. But still, later on, he kind of regret all his evil deeds that he committed, and then he, with this great and powerful remorse or regret, he relied on an authentic, fully qualified Lama or spiritual teacher, such as Marpa Loza and so forth. And then, having relied on the teacher, he also received all the instructions correctly, properly. And after receiving all the teachings and instructions properly, he became from ordinary being, ordinary who had committed many evil deeds, became enlightenment in one life. So therefore, that means all the evil deeds and negative deeds that we can purify it, we can correct it, we can purify all these obscurations and negative deeds, and then one can attain enlightenment. That's the one example. We can see the example of the Jesu Milarepa. So similarly, we can do the same thing. We can do, even if you think that you did some evil deeds or you committed some negative actions, you can also correct it. You can regret it, and then you can practice and attain the enlightenment or liberation. And then Jesu Milarepa also said that if you have pure faith and devotion, then and then you practice, then you will never be born in the lower realm for 7 lifetimes.
Then with that, I was one day. The chimney go to the bottom. Karawatan, Sona, Karazanga, Sona Chimney. But there's a Milarepa. Seeing linked to them, if they buy on top of the king, they were done on the Mando song.
And Milarepa himself, actually, Milarepa himself said that if somebody will hear my name, only my name, he or she or one will not reborn in the lower realm for 7 lifetimes. So, and he also accepted, or he also affirmed many other teachings about how to practice Dharma. And even if we do some supplications, if we make supplications to Milarepa, he himself accepted that he will be there if somebody requests, if somebody makes supplications to him. So this very auspicious day of Buddha's descent from heaven, we can also engage in more positive deeds. So after that, we will think about visualize the Vajra wisdom, deep awareness or wisdom of the body of the Milarepa. And if we have the fervent devotion and faith in Milarepa and in his Dharma Kaya or his qualities or realization in his mind, we can also attain that level too, and we will get the blessing. Now, first, before we begin, we will do the mandala offering. So you can see the mandala over there. In that mandala mansion or the palace, you can see the Dharmakaya of Milarepa, which means here the sixth Buddha, the Vajradhara. So in a blue color with the two-armed, you can imagine in the nature or the essence of which is Milarepa, but is aspect or manifestation of which is the Vajradhara himself. and surrounded by the retinues of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and Dargas and Dakinis and so forth, and in front of which you can visualize yourself that you're just offering all the bodies and all the possessions and so forth through your mind. You have to imagine or visualize this through your mind and then offer the mandala to them. And then after this, repeat this with me. After me. With this visualization, repeat after me. So visualize, imagine yourself in front of your space, in front of you. All the gurus and all the victorious ones are there, and you just imagine that you fold your hands and make a prostrations. Then repeat after me. Lama Denchin, Tavuko, Doji Jinja, Pelandu, Ganga Tinji, Lama Denchin, Tavuko, Doji Jinja, Pelandu, Ganga Tinji, Lama Denchin, Tavuko, Doji Jinja, Pelandu, Data Saturdays, Data Saturday, Dunko, Tabo, Sovataba, Jinjis, and then Junko Jubus, Yoga, Lama Chanti, Rinpoche, the Bomba, Heat, the Busakawan, Nande, Tiran, the two, and number one program, Mubanzu. With this, having a fervent devotion and faith, and having a yearning, desire to receive the empowerment, you have to visualize in the mandala mansion or palace where Vajradhara is holding the wisdom nectar, and then you have to imagine that you are receiving empowerment. Next is visualization of yourself as the Vajradhara himself inseparably in this mandala palace. This is by imagining or by visualizing the visualizing the phase empowerment, which is from the hand of Vajradhara. You have received the vast empowerment on your crown, and then it dissolves within throughout your body, and then your own body as an ordinary body turns or become transformed into the body of the Vajradhara, which is the pure and perfect body of Vajradhara. That is how you visualize. With this, you have to visualize that you have received the vast empowerment by purifying all your obscurations, and the result of which, the fruition or result of which is to attain the nirvana kaya or the emanation body. Now, from the Vajradhara himself and his consort, you have received the blessing, which is called the nectar of blessing, and the stream of the nectar of blessings coming or flowing in your body, and that is how we invite the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and that the skull cup, the nectar in the skull cup that is being dissolved in you. And then that is how you're imagining or visualizing that you're seeing the nectar of the skull cup, and then after that, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have blessed you, and you have also received the siddhis as well.
ngā ka tama tā thār rāngi thābī zōna gōma lawāng tēne lēwa sāngi ka sōng dōgē tā nōngka dōpa nipa chepa ki dhīla yāsāng sāmbā ka nipa nāwā shio.
And after that, you have to recite, or you have to recite this or pair this in your mind of this mantra Aho Ma Ka Sukham. Aho Maha Sukham. Aho Maha Sukham. Aho Maha Sukham. And after that, the nectar or the amrita, which is coming or flowing through your throat, and then it spreads in your body, in all your veins, in all your parts. And then after that, you visualize yourself that you have attained the great bliss of wisdom, and that through that way you have received the secret empowerment, Govi Abhisheka. And then through practice or the completion stage of the Vajrayana tradition, you will the result will be the fruition will be you will attain the Sambhoga Kaya, which is the full enjoyment body of the Buddha.
Lama Dojin Changa Toga ni Hiten Kandoma Rotama from some so white song Tiran La Ten and this Sadachin Chokum Tobacco Mubanzo. And
after that, from the heart essence, heart center of the Vajradhara, wisdom Dakini appears, and then with elegant, beautiful wisdom Dakini appears, and it absorbs or dissolves in you, and then you have visualized that you have attained the supreme city of the great seal or the Mahamudra.
Toda manjaro deva dembola senjitam davanda shita jisa chapa jove nyobra shuka sanjo ki tansane ye ne mar baba tan la do berme den baga nyam do nyam mula de ram yeme barang ola nyam bara sho je stati ene shi khando manjula thamba la sena la dina ene sodo belila tene jawa chimbo de ram bi shi de che ene sanjo ke san nyam ma ba Kota teni kemala nyabaja na ti teni wang sumba shirabi sige wang tau teni yeki daba da daba tamde ta lam zona konya gomba tenbala wang dewa sanji chukun daba kan daba teba ji juda topsang samba ko daba nawa sure.
And then after this wisdom Dakini being dissolved within you, and then through the blessings of the wisdom Dakini, you have now attained the great bliss and emptiness in you, and then also you are practicing the mind of enlightenment is not weakening; it's developing more and more. And then after that, you have to rest in the equipoise through that great bliss and emptiness. And with this, you have purified your mental obscurations. And through practicing the completion stage, the result and the fruition will be attaining the Dharmakaya, which is the truth body of the Buddha. And so with this, you have also received the third empowerment, which is the empowerment of wisdom.
Tenenta chena yene tatang yowa me basina tate sata li kambo le jo nando nambi gom je kananji tene tata wang sumba kapsa nyamsu nyuwa teta de tong bi shi tin chung na ta tong je ne lo tene sa je chimbo ke yi shi Ini sozo ke sangyamo dena dima seba konde tamde so de kyoba sebe chu tamde chape de. Ta dena ramo chol yen de machine proba na chol. So yin de chi ba de de la sen de mo shi song sen de ne lo mo shi song na. Ini ta da dan de da nyu mo ba ta do ha ta chuba ta pa cha ta ma san. Har ni chu ko mo de se ba yin be. Ini sambil sambil juga, rame tentang dong mau coba tu di sini tong namanya berdoa.
And with this, you have to make your the position, the pose of your body should be straight, and you have to sit without moving your body. And then this third empowerment, what you experience is the experience of visualization of experience of the great bliss and emptiness. And then you have to understand the Mahamudra, which is the nature of the mind. The essence of the mind is Mahamudra, which is uncompounded and which pervades all phenomena. And then we don't recognize it, but it pervades all phenomena, all phenomenal existence. And once you recognize that, then you will be you can eliminate the self-centeredness, self-cherishing, and you can eliminate the confusions and illusions, including its habitual patterns. And after that, you visualize yourself that you're attaining the level of Dharmakaya. You are actualizing the Dharmakaya. Just to meditate on that very wisdom emptiness, which is very subtle, and which is what we usually call the innate natural mind that we all have, which is free from all the extremes, free from ends. There's no center, there's no end. It's just like space. You have to be in that state for a while. And the mind itself can be categorized into two. One is subtle one, and another one is the gross level. The gross level of our mind, the coarse level of our mind, is all those thoughts, discursive thoughts, and confusions, and so forth. But the very subtle level of our mind is the innate wisdom, the innate awareness, and one can also be categorized into what that appears to us and what that the reality itself. What that appears is all those thoughts and discussive thoughts and emotions, and the reality, the truth, is the one that we have to focus on. So with this, we have received the fourth empowerment, which is the empowerment of the precious word empowerment. And through that way, we have now you have to visualize that you have purified all four gates, the body, speech, and mind. and practicing the Mahamudra, through practicing Mahamudra, now you will have the result, the fruition, which is the attainment of the four kayas, the four exalted bodies of the Buddha. With this, we have completed the common four empowerment. The next one is the uncommon empowerment, which is the profound path, which is the Guru Yoga of this empowerment. So now you, in the Mandala Palace, you visualize that the Vajradhara is same as the Milarepa himself. And then when you visualize Milarepa, then you all might know that the Milarepa's appearance and expressions and so forth, with white clad, when having, his right hand is on his heart center, and they're surrounded by oceans of hundreds of thousands of Kagyu Siddhas. And through that way, you can visualize that Milarepa is inseparable from the Vajradhara. So with this meditating on Milarepa himself, and then you visualize yourself as an ordinary being. An ordinary being is the impure, you have the impure aggregates or impure skandhas. And then through that way, when you're visualizing, you just take your own skull cup, your own skull, and just put this in front of you. And you can just say Om Ahum with, visualizing the skull cup is being filled with the nectars, Amrita. And you're offering that to Milarepa. You're offering that to the Milarepa, and Milarepa, through that way, you will receive the light rays from the Milarepa, and then Milarepa was pleased to receive the skull cup with the Amrita in it. And all your obscurations and negativities are being purified and eliminated. And after that, this nectar becomes the nectar of wisdom, the Amrita of wisdom, and that Amrita of wisdom you are offering to Milarepa and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Repeat after me. Jordan Tinzen, Sela Kyobarsho, Oma Hom, Guru Mahan, Sukan, Bezer Lana, Sata, Sapara, Wanga Be, Edam Balin, Rahanita, Mama Sava, Side Minda, Yenza. Then we chamber to need the turn captures some data was on to watch and to start server mobile Chila Hamo Gate they got moved up with they did now sure. Repeat after me with the folding your hands together. So remember Marona Kala Nima Shandrava Suba Gachi Sawai Jiva Tela Usansa Jiva Tela Usansa Jiva Tela Usansa Teta Sozo Tepa movie to Kapo so what about the things the change and then Raja Napa the Yoga Nam Milarepa, Nam Jojo from Milarepa, Tavan was a couple quiz in up there and you Jama the Gisender Kunda Sanju, the same couple Junson. Sita was a couple the channel and the tower at them, which a side tomato, number one. Jamban song the same up there and ye Roma the Gisender or Zermaco. Johnson, the Chiran and Jambal and Mark, long the tomato, some wanker. Mensane, Tokis in Lapterangi, Uma the decent Kata and Dijans in a house, Zerkama, San Senji, Johnson, Chiran and the Mensan of ten. Dubat the Yet Tomata, Chiragi, the one Kaban, Zoo. They done and Darwin, Dawalan the Seba, but down on the Sunni. Did you So then in the Mandala palace, you have to visualize Milarepa is in there, and then you visualize yourself, imagine yourself that from the forehead of Milarepa, the light waves, a white light waves emanates from the forehead of Milarepa that dissolves in your own forehead, and that through that way you are receiving the vast empowerment. And after that, you have to visualize again about the red light rays coming from Milarepa's throat that also dissolves within your own throat, and then that also through that way you have received the secret empowerment, and through that way also another light rays, coming from the Milarepa that dissolves within your eyebrow, and you have received the empowerment of wisdom, empowerment, and so forth. Lupa Yishi do you want Korvala, Senator? Senat Yishi do want Korvala. Tomar, so move, travel, the Nijet Malarepa, so take a done. They needed the young son, but you Nijet Malarepa. Jim Malaji Pato, so and that's all say, teacher to the mouth of the internal. And then Yamda Walk a book. It's a key teaching, the sort of move and so on, take the top over the years. Give the Malarepa to me, focus in our town.
to be top way and detail of the key to solvers in the solve areas.
And then next is the empowerment of the wisdom empowerment, and through great strong devotion and faith in Milarepa, you have to make supplications in order to receive all his realizations, all his blessings. And through this, with this, we can sing this guru, the song of realization, 7 times, and with the fervent devotion and faith in Milarepa. The best. So this you have to be single-pointedly visualize or meditate on Milarepa and make this application. And the best and the most powerful one is if you will have a fervent devotion. And with the devotion, when you sing this song of realization, if you have felt some kind of feelings of experience through which you shed tears from your eyes, or to which all the hairs on the body will stand up, or something like that, that would be the best part that you're experiencing when you do these applications. Otherwise, if you have a proper faith and devotion, that would be also good. So when you have the faith and devotion in Lama, Guru, and the Buddhas and so forth, and even if you, through the devotion and through the faith and devotion, if you have shed only one drop of tear from eyes, that tear is considered as the golden tear. So the practice of Dharma is something that you have to feel it. You should feel the experience of the realization of the songs, and you should feel the teachings, the meaning of the teachings, so that you will have that kind of joy and of tears of joy. Because sometimes we have this kind of saying that even if Buddhas are flying into space, in the sky, you don't have faith in them. Even if some people are just very destitute people who's sick, and whose intestines from his or her body coming out. If you've seen that, you still don't have the compassion towards that. That kind of mindset is that means that you have not felt the other's feeling. But it is important to have to have the feeling of that teaching.
Malaki did drama poem so the drama Mari Drepo in so much. what that did it about minutes in the telephone. But it is not that many.
So you don't have that kind of feeling of joy or receiving teachings, and if you don't have the faith, then it is like there is a story in the biography of Milarepa when Milarepa, he committed many evil deeds when he was young, and then he learned the sorcery and he killed the horses and many people. After that, he attained enlightenment, right? He became a great siddha, great realized master, and then he could even traverse, or he could even fly in the sky, or he could even leap from one mountain to another mountain. So these are something very miraculous, achievement of the Milarepa. So one time when a family member, one father and the daughter, they were working at the field in that time, and they are working on the agricultural field, and then the Milarepa was jumping from one, flying from one mountain to another, and then the daughter, the girl, saw the Milarepa, and having faith in him, he said, "Father, or Daddy, look at Milarepa. He's flying from one mountain to another mountain." And then because father has no any specific feeling or faith, so the father told daughter, just be quiet and do your job, because if you say that, you will get some kind of obscuration, some kind of faulty impressions on you, that will be called. So do not talk about Milarepa. So if you don't have that feeling or faith in you, then some people like that father will do like that. So now with the faith and having a feeling of it, we will start with this song of realization 7 times. And now you just make your own position, the pose of your meditation pose when you sit, which is we usually talk about the 7-fold Vairocana position. But right now you just relax yourself and just make your back straight and relax and calm in order to practice, in order to meditate. And your mind itself, you should not alter, you should not correct or change your mind. Your mind should be in the right moment, in this present moment. Do not think about or consider about the past incidents, incidents. Do not invite the future incidents as well. But right now, that very moment, in this very present moment, focus on the mind without having any adaptation, without having any negation. Just focus solely on this very mind. It is very without any alteration.
And I'm not going to work and don't be done as a work and the right which and the Tatians of the Maladepa, so you Sunday, the Sunday, so that. And then the Maladepa to be top of the sheep. Say not can be due to and then started in the sheep. Our deal of Jason, some of them, some of people around what the Zan, and then go to the sure.
And now I will read this Song of Realization, the Song of Realization. You can just imagine yourself that you are receiving the wisdom and realization of the Milarepa within you, and you can also make yourself, correct your motivation and make yourself and listening to this Song of Realization.
Lara Mugu Chaku Dog, you Cindy love the sword. Nearby said the Jinji, and Lama Jitin, Namjo once of the watching book. Go, you combo number 10 G, Shona Tirana, number 30, Tebe, Kosom, Yajun Maladepa, Kosom Tokan. Doji, and Dinda, Sina Malupa, Chiran to the dealer, Partaba 9G, Judah Kosom, Yabachi and Day. Nyambar namus, tata the Jason Milarepa Koro, and it is so what get the town within Jason Milarepa, so you will assume there would be sharing the chair number 10, 6 or 10. And then Jason Milarepa, the Koson for the Yandina, Silla, Mudam, but can get that, so to do the top song, Yamba, one hour show.
So this part is this is the Milarepa's image. You can imagine and visualize yourself that all the all the qualities and realizations of Jason Milarepa are being absorbed in you through heap of amount of light from the, you have to visualize it, this on your crown, and then it dissolves within you, and then it dissolves just like you, inseparably within you.
Yela doju toju gonu sinjo ge yente na ze ba jinjo gulu gonu sinjo ge chanen na ba ye gonu sinjo ge sawa sab de ma ja go gonu sinjo ta da ni do sinjo ge nyu ro ni do sinjo ge ten do ni do sinjo ge ta wang pa wo ti to ba ma so chin mo la je ba do je la ten ba one girl in love, the work to buy in the Koson to get on the Jadam, they were long, some of them, and the Yadam, the one and then they do nothing. So one day, person by it, and so one day getting this one.
With this, we have completed the today's empowerment of Milarepa's empowerment, and the substances of the empowerment of Ishikas will be distributed soon.
And one shoots at the young one that comes at the face.
And once you receive the empowerment, there are some commitments or samaras that you have to observe.
Ni was such a way of my so number in the killing the tissue, from the jungle and
There's nothing big or special commitment that you can do, but it's important for all of us as a Buddhist practitioner. You need to always recite or think about the refuge practice.
And then I will provide him with this to buy in the Samba and the Sound of the Sunday. Do you know?
And as a Mahayana tradition, practice of Mahayana tradition, you need to have the compassion, you have to generate, to cultivate compassion and loving kindness.
And some of the people who want to tell about the yoga, and it's a Milarepa, it's a Milarepa, go wrong, not die. It can't teach you, she's around to do you. There's a Milarepa in Bor, not that as a law, and then work of the that was the down young folk. And it's all about the movie you about the movie you the chair in Mayama. It's gone so far and did it and so that down on got to rotate and mount a lot of.
And for the Vajrayana tradition, you can always visualize the deity. You can meditate on the exalted body of the deity, for example, Milarepa. And also, it's the most important is if you can read the songs of realization of Milarepa and biography of Milarepa. Sometimes you can read the songs of realization of Milarepa and try to understand the meaning, and also try to sing it with the melodious way. So in order to feel the meaning, in order to feel that teaching. Repeat after me.
완전히 못 비기다. 그지?
그거는 별로 없잖아.
근데 또 내면 이거 또 말이. Tìm thôi thì không ai được. Tìm được thôi. Tìm được thôi. Now I'm not used to one. No, now it's not.